If you want to create high quality video content for your brand or business, but you don't want to spend thousands on equipment or professional help, and you want to do it all using only your smartphone, then this video is for you. Make sure you subscribe to support more high quality content like this from the channel. Starting with the phone settings to change. Open up your iPhone settings app and scroll down till you get to the camera. Once opened, you'll see a screen that looks something like this. The first thing we'll do is adjust the video resolution. This is located under the record video menu. I recommend recording master footage at 4K or 24 frames per second. If you can only access 1080p resolution, that's acceptable also and shouldn't cause you stress or concern. If I say a term that you don't understand, please leave a comment and I will respond with clarification. For B-roll, we're going to go with a higher frame rate, something like 60 or 120 frames per second. This will likely require a downgrade in resolution to 720 or 1080p, but that's fine. Let's move on to the formats menu. Here you'll likely find two options for file types, high efficiency or most compatible. Select most compatible. Lock the exposure and white balance before starting to avoid changes in the image due to shifting subject or lighting. Do this by pressing and holding the area you want to lock the exposure on the screen. You'll lock white balance and focus also. Here are the 5 rules. Deliver your information in manageable, complete sentences. Be sure to look into the camera lens. Consider L and F, lighting and framing. Use a tripod. Be consistent in your orientation. Deliver your information in manageable, complete sentences. It's okay to break it up into shorter pieces so that you can focus on looking into the lens and being expressive instead of what you're going to say next. It's also okay to do multiple takes of the same line if you don't feel that your delivery had enough gusto or proper emphasis at the right point. It's also okay to do multiple takes of the same line if you don't feel that your delivery had enough emphasis or proper gusto on the first one of the same line. If you don't feel that your delivery had enough gusto or proper emphasis at the right point. Remember, you're the producer, talent, cinematographer, and even the editor most likely. This means most likely. Remember, you are the producer, talent, cinematographer, and even the editor most likely. This means you get to choose the takes you want to use. You can also remove a little bit. This means that you get to choose the takes that you want to use and also remove the little bits of footage in between when you're checking your notes. It's also okay to do multiple takes of the same line if you don't feel that your delivery had enough gusto or proper emphasis at the right point. Remember, you are the producer, talent, cinematographer, and even the editor most likely. This means that you get to choose the takes that you want to use and also remove the little bits of footage in between when you're checking your notes. One more note, you can also try using a teleprompter. It's a skill to learn, but it does pay off in the end when delivering long scripts. Be sure to look into the camera lens. Start by identifying the lens on your phone. Simply point your finger around the area till you see that you're pointing directly at it. Another side note, I film my YouTube videos in my home. I have 2 little children, a 3-year-old, a 5-year-old, a wife, and right now, a garbage truck outside. So sometimes there's additional audio add-ins. We'll call it Foley. Bonus tip. You can mark the lens with a sticky note so that you know exactly where to look. Do so like this. Place the sticky note sticky side down near your camera lens. Then, using a pencil, a crayon, or even a marker, you can find the edges of the camera lens, cut out a hole in the sticky note, and place it over your camera lens. This will help you know which lens to look at if your phone has multiple lenses, and also you can use an additional sticky note if you're filming selfie style where you can cover that image up. Sometimes I wind up looking into the image of myself talking rather than the camera lens. It's not good for audience engagement. Consider L and F, lighting and framing. With lighting, you can either use natural lighting or artificial lighting, but you have to get some light onto your subject. Yourself? Check out my video on how lighting tells a story, 3 techniques to help communicate through lighting. Remember, lighting is probably the most important aspect in terms of getting a quality image. Now let's talk about framing. This is all about where you place your subject in the frame. There are many aspects involved in choosing your frame, but for this video, we're going to keep it clean and simple. Get your subject in the horizontal center and slightly above the vertical center, like this. You can also turn on the grid if it's included in your phone. This can be found in your camera settings, Here I have the rule of thirds grid. As you can see, the screen is broken into thirds. If you want to learn more about leading lines, rule of thirds, and more advanced framing methods, check out my video on hacking scene composition the easy way. If you feel like you're getting value, go ahead and hit that like button. Leave a comment, and make sure to subscribe. Use a tripod. I'd recommend a stack of books or something, but these days you can get a tripod that's perfectly suitable right off Amazon or the Facebook market all day long for under 50 bucks. And if you plan to make videos on the regular, you just need to go ahead and get one. Be sure to grab an adapter for your phone, like one of these F-clamps. Be consistent in your orientation, meaning if you film yourself talking in vertical, aka portrait, aka 9:16 aspect ratio, then film your B-roll or anything else in the same orientation. I recommend doing all filming in landscape, aka side-to-side mode, aka 16:9 aspect ratio, but this can get tricky when posting videos cross-platform, like going from YouTube to an Instagram feed. The best way that I've found for filming, knowing that I'm going to be posting cross-platform, is to film in landscape, side to side, and keep your subject or point of interest in the center of your screen as much as possible. Share this video with somebody who needs some help with their framing. Remember the acronym ABF. It's the magic rule. Always be filming. You can start right now. Grab your phone, pick a subject, and film it. Literally anything. Then watch it back and see how it looks. Improve and repeat. The idiom practice makes perfect is an effective way of improving any skill. Just do it over and over again, and inevitably you'll get better. You got this. If you feel like you got value, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe.